Okay, we've got a 6 egg, 6 eggs white, and 1 egg. Black coffee, 100 grams of oat with cinnamon, and a tablespoon of honey and a banana. And in the oven I've got my orange to get my vitamin, because in this moment I've been quite ill and I have to make sure that I get, and I love orange as well, so yeah, coming after.
I can feel too much is never enough. You always there to lift me up when these times get rough. I was lost, now I'm found. Ever since you've been around, you're the woman that I want, so I'm putting it down. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar baby. Come my lady, you're my pretty baby. I'll make your legs shake, you'll make me go crazy. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar baby. Come my lady, you're my pretty baby. I'll make your legs shake, you make me go crazy.
So this is it, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yes.
Hello guys, welcome back. So today it's a beautiful day, so I decided to come to the park around the corner from my flat to record this video. It's amazing, look at that. Such a great day. So today I wanted to talk with you guys about a little bit of my story and why I decided to do this show. So I have a professional background as an athlete, because I was a professional swimmer. I've been a professional swimmer for 8 years, but as I remember, I've always been a swimmer. Like I started swimming when I was 2, then I always swam. I had like a year when I did volleyball and like 6 months of hockey. But yeah, water is my element, and I did that. I managed to get some good results. I did 2 World Championships and I qualified 13th and 19th. 17th and 19th. So really, swimming taught me a lot, because I've always been, dedicated. I used to, when I was a teenager, I used to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning to work out at 5:30 until 7:30, then go to high school or uni, and then back to the swimming pool and gym from 5 to 8. So it was really a crazy life. And at the moment, to me, like training as a bodybuilder is kind of easy, because at the end of the week it might be 6 or 7 hours of workout. Whether when I was a swimmer, it was like more like a part-time job or like a full-time job. So a lot of people, when I expressed my interest regarding to bodybuilding, told me that in order to win, I should have thought about taking steroids or any other drugs. And because I don't really miss the results, I already experienced that in my life. I want to see where I can push my body in a natural way. And I'm not really concerned about winning or losing a contest, because contest to me is the least interesting part of this journey, because I know that if I don't subscribe to a contest, I'm not gonna push myself to that levels of body fat. But I know that for some people it's difficult to understand, because they never experience what I experienced in my life. So they can just see, placing in the top 5 or failure. Me, it's not that. And if I have to compete with other 90 guys that are all possibly on drug, then I don't care, because what I care about is myself. And that's I'd say 50% of the reason why I decided to do this show. The other 50% is for a business perspective, because I'm a personal trainer, and I find building muscle and bodybuilding really interesting, really fascinating if it's done in a natural way. But that's nothing against people that are on drugs. I mean, everyone is free to manage his life in a way he thinks is more appropriate. To me, natural bodybuilding is really interesting, and a lot of my clients want to build muscle and to lose fat, which is completely different from prepping a show. But I think if you try it on your skin, something like a show, then you can understand better how to manage variables like training and nutrition. So that's another part of the reason why I decided to do this show. In the mix, I'd say also that I love training and I love taking care of my body. So to me, training is not difficult. I had to say, because of my background, I tend to eat a lot, because as a swimmer I can imagine the amount of calories you can burn in 2 hours of high intensity swimming, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. So my habit is to eat a lot, and then I'm Italian, so I really love pasta and rice and bread, pizza, all of those carbs.
New tits for the mistress, fucking new titties for everybody. It's Christmas. I saw you standing in the rain. You were holding his hand, and I'll never be the same. No. I used MILFHunter.com to ease the pain. It was 92 degrees with rain. Right before the seasons changed, on trees just a little bit of leaves remain. My heart broke when this cock was in your throat. But fuck that, land a chopper on a boat. Heard you fuck Ryan Philippi and One Oak. My man seen you both at the Sunoco, kissing and touching. Lana said that this was your cousin. Shit, I should've known when you stole money. Bitch, called the cops and rolled on me. So good, I got old money. To lay on any motherfucking beach on the planet and crush linen colored salmon. Re-examine my life and make sure I'm never dumb again. But first, slide your panties to the side, girl, I'm coming in. I saw you standing in the rain. You were holding his hand, and I'll never be the same. No.
What I saw is that I tend to be really good with my nutrition, but sometimes I tend to eat not in a mindful way, so I tend to eat more than what I need, and I think it's good sometimes in your life to have some sort of not necessarily goal, but some sort of direction, and being a little bit more disciplined with our diet. In the last few months, I've been thinking about that a lot. And I've been thinking, how would it be to compete? How would it feel to do like a 7 months of calorie deficit? How would it be to be with a very low percentage of body fat? And I know that if I keep thinking about doing that in my life, I would have never done that. So I stopped thinking about doing that, and I actually contacted a coach. I got in touch with the team of Revive Stronger, which are I followed on Instagram, and I think I chose that first of all because they have a very scientific approach, and it's what I was looking for. Because there are a lot of personal trainers, of course. I live in London, so the city is full of personal trainers, full of ex-bodybuilders or bodybuilders that gives nutrition and training programs, and I could have get in touch with one of them and start training with them. But I decided for online coaching, first of all because I think I don't need a one-to-one support, because you know, I know how to train, I know how to perform most of the exercises, but what I need is a support regarding to nutrition, guidelines or on periodization, and of course like everybody guys need a coach. If you really want to see your limit, then you need an external support, because even the most determined person in this planet need a coach. Look, think about Michael Phelps or Usain Bolt. They of course have a very good talent and determination, but they're really focused on what they want, but without a coach they wouldn't have never done what they did. So even if I'm a personal trainer, I need a coach, also because when it comes to my training, I'm never rational and never I rarely see things in the right perspective, and when it comes to our training, it's very easy to make the mistake to, you know, pick up the exercise, just the exercise that we like, and tend to avoid the exercise we don't like, which usually are the one we should focus more on. And we might fall in the mistake of you know, judging a particular session without looking at the big picture, so not consider the context, and we are more likely to be dragged in that sort of negative vortex and screw up everything. Or even if we don't screw up everything, we might, you know, jump from one workout to the other, try different things. So at some point, if you, like me, have years or 2 or more years of experience in lifting weights, you might reach that famous plateau in your performance and in your body composition. So I decided to do that, and so my coach Pascal already designed my first mesocycle, which is quite simple, and because of that is really good. And the simple the better, guys, always. Even in your nutrition, don't think that is there are like advanced or crazy nutrition protocol that can better lead to a fat loss or you know, muscle gain. Most of the time we tend to overcomplicate things. At the beginning, for 90% of the people, if you want to build muscle, you need to stick to the basics and really follow the basic training principles, and that could lead to a better muscle gain.
Kissing and touching, Lana said that this was your cousin. Shit, I should've known when you stole money. Bitch, called the cops and rolled on me. So good, I got old money to lay on any motherfucking beach on the planet and crush linen color salmon. Re-examine my life and make sure I'm never dumb again. But first, slide your panties to the side, girl, I'm coming in. I saw you standing in the rain.
So I did my first mesocycle, and I started yesterday with an upper body session, which it was for me it was very good, because I think because of my background, I tended in the past to make the big mistake to always choose failure or the big pump in any exercise and in any session. And what it led to is that I basically struggled to feel some muscle group working well. So for example, my bicep whether I feel a massive pump in my forearms, but rarely feel my bicep working, and rarely my bicep are sore. And I have to say, I really find interesting how if you train leaving some reps in reserve, especially at the beginning of a certain program. For reps in reserve, I mean, let's say you are doing 3 sets of 8 on a bench press, and you use 50 kilos with 3 reps in reserve. It means that with that weight you could have done 11 reps, so you could have done 3 more reps. After the session, what happened is that yesterday I felt really good. I felt all of the right muscle working, had plenty of energy during the day, which is good because I need to be positive and vibrant in my job, so I cannot be lethargic. Yeah, it was crazy. It was very good. Of course, there's a little bit of excitement in me because you know, it's a new program, so I'm like, oh yes, so everything good. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because this parameter can allow the coach to see really if I cheated a little bit or the intensity of the session was appropriate. And when you start with some rep in reserve in any exercise, then you can easily progress. Whether if you start straight away reaching failure in any exercise, then it's really difficult to progress towards the week 2, 3, or 4. Another thing, so I will follow a 5 days a week training protocol. At the moment we are not doing cardio, and the plan is to compete at the end of August. Because I'm around, so this morning I was 97 kilos, and I have to say, guys, my calorie maintenance, I haven't tracked any calories for the last 6 months, and I tracked yesterday, and I ate 2,800 calories ish. Didn't feel hungry, but like didn't even feel stuffed. And this morning I lost 2 kilos. So of course there was a little bit of water retention, but I think, guys, my calorie maintenance at the moment is really high, and the scale this morning was 97.2. The goal is to, because of the Christmas coming, because it's a new program, and because I'm very busy at work, we decided to postpone the cut phase from mid-January. So from the 3rd week of January I'm gonna start cutting, and we're gonna take 30 weeks to get ready for the show. And I have to say, it's I'm a bit scared, but at the same time I'm excited because I've never stepped on stage, and I have to learn how to pose, I have to learn the categories, I have to learn everything, guys. So I hope this channel will help you to really give you an idea if bodybuilding is for you, because I'm a sportman, okay? I'm not a fitness enthusiastic, so I see fitness as a tool in my life to be happy, but I'm not, you know, like it's not just my life. I will try to record this video every Tuesday, because it's my morning off, and hopefully it's gonna be a late day like that every week, but it's rarely to happen because of England. But there is another thing, because in the next year I applied for another position in my company. I work in a famous commercial gym, and the position available is a head coach, so I applied for the job, and if I get the job I will probably have to postpone the date of the video towards the weekend, because it's gonna be more like a office job. So if I manage to, I will try to schedule all of my working hours from Monday to Thursday, and then to keep Friday, Saturday and Sunday for the for myself. But I will keep you updated on that. I'll probably have a response before the end of the month. For today is everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to click subscribe to my channel and to activate the notification to that, or just simply to press a like or to leave a comment. See you later, guys. Cheers.